I want to talk a little bit about my company today. I own Charm Staging and Design, and my business concept and idea is to focus on homes that are in the market or for sale by owner, and for sale in real estate offices also, and to go in and stage them or design them so that they are ready to sell. I would like them to sell faster and more effectively at a higher cost versus lowering the price through price reductions, and also by having the agent not spend as much time and money on selling the home. So it's a win-win for the homeowner and also the agent. So how I would do that is go into the home, declutter the home, take personal items down, make it more friendly for a new prospective buyer to come in and see how their family would fit or their lifestyle would fit. I would also go into the neighborhood and look at the demographics, look at different things going on, and maybe if I only had one room to do, I could do a children's room if the neighborhood was very family friendly and there was a lot of families, and versus a baby's room or a children's room, if I knew there was a lot of teenagers in the neighborhood, I would choose a teenage room. And I would try to do it versatile for a boy or a girl, so it would affect different families looking at the prospective home to purchase. So that's one of my ideas that I have for that. And I hope to do this through my website, which I haven't yet created, but I'm working on, and also to work with realtors in the area to try to get leads and prospective sellers to contact me. One of the things I would need help with, I think, is price point. And I think everything else I have an idea of how I'm doing it. And Ms. Ross is helping me through our class. And run out of things to say. Thank you.
That's perfectly okay, Tamara. Sometimes that happens. She referred to class. She's in the Kaufman Fast Track class, and these are individuals that either have recently launched their business or in the process of getting all the basic skills that they need to get a rolling. So, questions?
I have a question about, I guess, empty houses and the rental market. As tenants move out of houses, is a potential for you to go into an empty house and do the same sort of thing for prospective renters, or is this solely for the sale of houses?
No, it is. I'm working on that currently. I have an auction company that I'm working with to accommodate houses such as vacant homes, and I'm getting piece by piece furniture. So I will be able to put furniture into those homes probably in the next 3 months.
To set it up and stage the house?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask, because this was something I was interested in at one point. Are you going to ultimately end up purchasing your own furniture and stuff and warehousing it down the line? Because I know that's what a lot of them do, is they have they have a whole warehouse full of stuff, or access, like you said, to the antique person, which is a great idea.
Thank you. Yes, I am going to. Right now, I have a huge storage unit full of furniture that I'm working on.
You want to rent any of mine? We just moved down here.
Other questions? Or comments? And as an emerging business, you can always welcome insights and ideas.
I have the great good fortune to be in the class with Tamara, and she is very active in the class and very concerned to do what she can do to be successful, and that's a good thing. That's why
Thank you.
I'm here today, actually. The question I have, because I think it relates to your point, was about pricing. Do you feel that pricing would be better placed with the seller? Do you think that the real estate company should be involved in the pricing for this, assuming that it'll bring a higher price and a larger return, which is minimal, frankly, ultimately? Or do you think the buyer, how do you see where you'd like to go with the pricing, or is that really part of your question?
It's part of my question, however, I think that it should be, definitely I'll take in consideration what the real estate agent says, and then come up with a point from there. Or a mix of what you say here today.
Are you thinking of making a menu type thing for the types of service you do? Because you'll have different circumstances. One, you'll walk in with a very cooperative owner who probably has the house in pretty good shape anyhow, because they're thinking reasonably about knowing reasonable person thinking about this would say, well, yeah, I need to depersonalize it for this period of time and put it away, even though I don't want to put Joe's picture away because he passed. You know what I mean? But they'll do that if they understand. But then you'll have someone else who will be really cluttered, et cetera, that you've got to do more to it. And I was just thinking it was another third item. I can't think of it quite right now. But you're going to have different levels of participation in a home. Have you thought about how to price that at all, or are you thinking that you'll have just one price?
No, I was thinking different levels of pricing.
Some kind of a menu system that you
Yes.
can actually show that takes as much the subjectivity out of it so that you can realistically, yeah, I think you're thinking right there, because you will have more work in some homes than you will have in others. In some
agree.
cases, you'll have to arrange for removal and things of that nature, and I would certainly want to include those in the pricing prospect on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
agree. Thank you.
Morning. I have a comment and then a question.
Okay.
I would say my first comment is when you're meeting out and about meeting with realtors, you definitely want to get statistics. You want to know how, on average, how long our houses standing on the market before they're sold. Are we still like at 6 months? Is it closer to 3 months, 2 months? To help you determine what area, what niche you want to serve. So I think that might be good knowledge for you to understand.
Okay.
And being able to work up a model where you can cut that shelf life in half or whatever the case may be with saging. So that's kind of my first comment. And then I guess my question is, I'm interested in learning as far as kind of your background, what kind of led you to this great business idea, and what inspires you and what kind of background you have.
Okay. I've always been interested in decorating. Excuse me. And I've always had a creative side. So I had, for years and years, worked a 9-to-5 job, and I just didn't have time to pursue this. And then a path in my life led me to pursue what I wanted. And I had about 1,000 magazines that I had collected with all different types of ideas, and I made several portfolios. And then I decided that, excuse me, that I would go ahead with this idea from there. Thank you.
T, are you ready to, if someone were to call you today, or someone sitting in the audience would say, would you come to my house and help me do this? Would you be ready with pricing? Or if someone I'm in the business, as you know, real estate, if someone were to call you and say, can you meet me at such and such, we're going to need to do something there, would you be prepared to go forward, or you're still in the construction stage?
I'm still in the construction stage, however, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm still in the construction stage, however, I don't believe in can or no, so I will be ready in 24 hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just a suggestion and a comment. Partner with a cleaning company also, because a lot of is about selling homes, especially the staging of the home is not just the staging, but it's also the cleaning. my partner and I have done some of that with a real estate agent. In fact, we're doing some of that right now. And a lot have to do with the cleaning of the home.
Okay.
Especially in this in this area, because some of them are most of them are rentals, so you have to go and clean the home first and then stage it for the new customer, the new owner, to come in and see a clean house before they go in.
That's a good
And you'll be
idea.
surprised what renters will do. So
Okay. Do you think they would be open to that, cleaning companies?
yeah, actually, because that's what they do. I mean, and most real estate agents will tell their buyer or sellers that before they even put it on the market, they have to get somebody to clean their home first.
Okay.
And then after that, then it's like, well, let's declutter your home now, and then let's put it on the market to do the first showing.
Okay, thank you.
Did you consider working with construction companies along the same way?
No, I haven't.
You have not?
I have not considered it, but I will.
Ah, okay. And in terms of working with real estate firms, did you consider maybe acquiring a contract with a firm perhaps to do X number, for a certain price? I don't know if that could be an option for your pricing strategy or not, but it might
It
be
could
worth
be an
looking at.
option. Yes.
Ah, good. Keep the questions coming.
And this is just to piggyback on what's been said, but I think what the main point we're trying to get at is you got to think outside the box as far as referral partners. Sure, your realtors are going to be a great referral partner, but then, as this gentleman mentioned, also cleaning companies, even meeting with mortgage lenders and CPAs, and just expanding and getting out there, getting your business out there, getting your name out there. And I would like to even see, after you take off with staging for selling and rentals, I mean, you can even stage for parties, private parties, at the beach, and it's a ball or foundation kind of event, just kind of thinking outside the box so you can have these multiple streams of revenue coming in to help you, succeed and have your business succeed. So, definitely keep that in mind.
Okay, thank you.
One question I have is when you have I'm thinking like up in Rehoboth, for example, you have Shell Brothers who's building a whole, deal there, and clearly they have models, right, which are furnished.
Right.
Do they actually own those furnishings, or do they outsource that? Is that another potential opportunity for you to come in and say, hey, look, we'll handle all that from start to finish as you grow, obviously, because you'd have the resources to, they own it, do they? Okay. Okay. Well, maybe they want to outsource it.
Maybe.
And by the way, I thought your presentation was awesome.
Thank you.
Additional questions here? While I'm passing this over, did you think of executive rentals? Have you heard of, they're just starting to pop up in our area. You used to find them around the major metropolitan areas. And sometimes somebody has been hired to come into the area in an upper level position. And they'll go rent a place, but they want it furnished, and they want it furnished really nicely. So you might want to inquire to see if there are any executive rentals here on the peninsula.
Okay.
There's also, I guess, a comment, the potential for a regular, ongoing, I guess, contracted fee. I know with landscaping, with some of the rentals that I own, it was cheaper to actually have somebody take care of the yard ongoing rather than have somebody come in and fix everything once the tenants have moved out. To flatline expenses, a regular ongoing subscription, a couple $100 a month or $100 a month or something. So when the time comes and the renters move out, you're already mostly paid for and ready to move in and get the place set up as quickly as possible to reduce the turnover time for re-rent.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I remember what I was going to say. I waved her off. I mean, I get the advantage of these moments. There's a name for them. But anyhow, senior moments. But anyhow, the point I was going to make is the most immediate publicity that you can get out on a direct basis. Indirect would be more like print or posters or whatever. On eyeball to eyeball would be to join a chamber in an area where you'd like to focus. And I'm prejudiced because I'm on the board of the Georgetown Chamber and past president, but I can tell you it is the most effective method, and the cost is nominal. And do you have a home business at this point?
Yes.
We're just creating a program where that will be very attractive to consider. I'll keep you posted as we have our meetings.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Tamara,
Yes.
could you please let us know how the community as a whole can help you?
Okay, no. What did you say? Yes. Any referrals would be helpful.
When I approach entrepreneurs about joining us here, I share with them that it's not only a chance to showcase their business, but it's a warm and nurturing environment where a lot of times they can get ideas, and I think this is certainly one of those good examples. I also have a confession to make. We had, don't go away, it's about you. We had an opening as of like 5 o'clock last night, is that about right? When I contacted Tamara to see if she might be available to fill the slot. And her first, which was a very good reaction, was, the only problem is my business cards won't be done yet. So I promised her that if she would do today, that I would make sure that we pass out her business cards when they do become available. So if you were thinking about getting a business card from her, then I have to take the blame for that this time. We're glad that you could be with us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, and we're glad that you were here.